yeah. I'm coming out of the woodworks. This could hurt if you don't check the safety first. It should work, but anyways, I'm built to tell. Half of hell fell in both dimensions. Weren't prepared for my farewell. Oh well, I said I had to leave Earth to be rebirthed, so I wouldn't go berserk. They say they saw a little evil earthling cursing and cussing out the side of his mouth when he walked most common trail found in hell. Yeah, it was me. The spirits had it clear, but they wouldn't go near. The demons would just kill them on first sight. Much like the Emperor of Rome, I know my race and sent them all back home. Chains of commandment, strange land of the damn it. They had to banish quick, and I was a pretty bitch, cause no pretty bitches were around to make me a damn sandwich. I hate this shit, but I'm on a mission, straight face and then forward march. I'm seen as a beacon, the light within the dark. I proceed and just keep the track without any need to be checked. When I'm in the heart of hell, and I can see that the belly of the beast isn't that far at all. Too small to let myself just fall apart. Here it is, the final wall. Begin to call out while banging. Open the doors before you make me ignore the rules of engaging. I'm not one to be known to be having any patience. I'm making it wait. Only builds up the inner rage and hate. Wanna play this game? To see your face consists of a destination. There's more final than this. Trust me when I say the next step leads the darkest of all the bits. I'm coming in 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Trade leads the master's rule. Cool. Here's a token of gold. I appreciate the decision you made with my full gratitude. Be back real soon and don't worry about letting me in. I promise he won't be mad at you or that you did. And now I'm back on track with my intuition, heading the path through this palace that I just crashed. No malice, as I know he knows that I'm coming, that I'm coming fast. The final doors just appeared, but the floor disappeared as I watched. It slowly retract. I'm on a high authority to be here, and these parlor tricks up over me. But I know this means he isn't ignoring me. Just to be clear, I can't help but smile accordingly, because this realm knows I'm not one to be considered as ordinary. The door swings open quick, it makes that whole shift with the room to cover up the hole that was supposed to be one of the deepest pits. But don't ever fuck with the mind of someone so gifted. I then take a step in, and there he is. We finally meet again. This time I'm making a special deal with my friend. Hey Lucy, usually you seem to be feared by everyone, but unusually not for me. You want some company? We need to talk for 1 minute or two, but this ain't a simple chit chat like, hey, what you been up to? He already knew and had an answer before I asked the question. I was sent to do. I said we could do that, but then what was the point of everything that I've done and I still meant to? He cut me off, which was rude, but I listened with a positive attitude, knowing this is going to become a little feud, a battle, if you will. I chance to redeem a skill to challenge me to the round 2. I said, if that's what you wanna do, if so, we wanna relax and think back to the last time our paths crossed. The outcome and how come as to why you actually lost. Yeah, you weren't pissed off, and trust me when I say how often I could spot you out of the corner of my eye when I'm recording something, especially when the alter ego guy would come alive and spit fire as if it was you wishing to be the one, which it must be true then, as is whom you desire. Listen friend, I can play your game and spit a flame so insane that I can then control your brain to repeating everything that I'm saying. So let me know the road, or I'll be going the road to see who goes first. Or should we go to the pedestal with the podium so the minions and demons can see how the battle to be won on? They want me to rate you up a couple verses for the verses. You know, I can murder the shit with most parables, being poetic, prophetic, and over the heads of the dumbest pathetic. It's your call though, friend or foe. I can lend you a hand to make you sound professional, but if you fuck up one word, trust me, when I say it'll be observed and overheard. So I think you might wanna practice a little bit first. There's no shame if you need to rehearse. Cleverness is a pleasure. If under the pressure you can remember it. Double tongue split with a tongue twister, and I'll even add the end. Most sinister finisher, just to pass me the pad and a pen, then I can begin. Unexpected reaction, I have to admit. I expected him to laugh a bit, perhaps throw in an itty-bitty type of fit, but no, I followed him to his throne, watched him sit. After a couple of minutes, I was like, hey, yo, what's on your mind, bro? Thinking it's rhymes? That a dope, he shook his head, no, then said no. He kindly signaled with a smile, waving his finger with a head to come closer, as if he wanted to whisper in my ear. I couldn't resist, plus with no existence of fear, so I did, and quietly apologized for what he did, or should I say what he didn't do. True, he had no excuse, but secretly jealous of how I was created, which made him zealous, and I let him state his case, and then with a great anticipation, I go insane, couldn't help it but to ask if my time is being wasted, or if this is a way to make me still more insane. While I keep waiting with no fucking patience, he extended his hand and told me to take it, and then when I did, he began to shake it. He told me to take care of the arrangements and to continue waiting with patience, but not to stop doing the amazing thing it was sent to do, for it was the purpose of me being created in the first place. Worst case, so this is just some fucked up dream that is involving Satan and me having a conversation that seems to be avoiding the confrontation. Picture myself, yep, I felt it. So now what else is next? Since I'm clearly awake and still in the realm of hell, Lucifer said he'd get me back from home safely, and was great to agree to make my dreams come true. But basically my whole life story being told with the hardest thing to believe, but all I ever seem to do is speak the truth. But this isn't new, it's news, and millions choose to watch the fields and feel the plastic being used to watch that. And I'm in had in effect, I'm becoming something which was easily succumbing, even get used to, but this ain't something I never knew. How many times did I explain this to you? Famously true. How the feelings from an invasion of visions, how they anxiously grew, they aimlessly aiming to prove how we're gaining regenerations, then generating agendas were cleverly made for genders to remember, but they were all basically even the same way explained. But then they look at me with a claim that would continue to keep saying I'm rude with such a fictitious, ridiculous attitude, lacking gratitude, the value, the half of the moon, but too bad it's doom. In the afternoon, consumed with an aftermath of a wrath of being on the wrong path of happiness. Actually, I got the mad, glad I walked away before letting it drain all the little bit of that which I had left as an empathic, and that hasn't yet crashed in for relaxing while on a vacation of maintaining such a mutual respect between me and Satan. Insinuations on this hate meant that they were probably still swinging away, swaying within their basements, where that bass went and made a miscalculation. 2 decades ago, I became awoke and made some folk feel coldness when I spoke. They thought I was joking, but no, I told them faith, and faith is to have faith in faith, but don't ever hope. I ain't here to glow, this ain't some personal quote I supposedly chose to write and recite it. No, this note gets noticed, which is why so many tears run dry out of my eyes with half of the songs I wrote. And when I was presenting dimensions from dimensions, where the intellect of intelligence, I mean the simple gentleman, and I attend and appear wearing cloaks as we float. Futuristic sediments explain to me, and with that, what I know, I can plainly see. What is unknown, that the latest dreams before that nightmares take over and control the cautious. My conscious overload, singing so much nonsense, and often I somehow avoid the coffin. Plus when the prophet spoke, I stopped in zone. He often nods and says, hey, we must keep going, offering a wisdom and strength for the length of the rope I need because of each obstacle. Explain the smoke consists of a yoke of a resistance. I try to joke, in an instance I start to choke until I clear my throat. Faded existence as if it was going crazy and all alone. Every way I look, there's no way to be going on the block. The weight is drawn, design is like a lifeline that will save everyone. Once is witness and sent to the blinded by many tongues, morally gifted and uplifting. When people start listening and visioning the meanings that are hidden in the messages I sing. When I bring the lessons back to my homely dimension, less tension until the things I mention are like premonitions and vaguely explain. With so much intuition, precision keeps them away. I do this for my own decisions. Innocent but condemned by villains. Heaven sent, representing one love.